Alright, so how's it going everybody? Hope you're all doing well, and we're looking at the $2,500 RTX 4090 gaming PC. This is the fastest gaming PC that you can build right now. For $2,500, this is actually high in price. But yeah, 3 or 4 months ago, the highest end PC you can build with the RTX 4090 would make sense at $3,500 or $4,000. So yeah, you're saving money here. Links will be down in the description, and without wasting any more time, let's get to the benchmarks. And first up, we got Hogwarts Legacy at 4K Ultra settings. We were getting 70 to 80 frames per second for an RTX 4090 with ray tracing. Everything is actually set to ultra. Next up, we got Cyberpunk 2077, and at 4K ultra settings, everything set to ultra except for path tracing, which is the latest thing. We were getting 60 to 70 FPS too. Next up, we got Call of Duty Warzone 2, and at 1440p ultra settings, we were hitting around 240 to 280 FPS. You can even hit 300 FPS with this CPU GPU combo. The brand new game, which is Star Wars Survivor, at 4K ultra settings, we were getting 70 to 80 frames per second. This is a really bad PC port. And the last game what we are looking at, which is Dead Island 2, and at 4K, the high settings, everything set to ultra high, we were getting around 80 to around 100 FPS even. So yeah, the CPU, we're looking at the Ryzen 7800X3D. This is a CPU that goes for $450. It's an 8-core 16-threaded CPU. The way you look at it, this CPU is basically the fastest CPU for gaming right now. Any GPU you throw at it, it will handle it just fine. There is no bottlenecking, and this is actually the fastest compared to the 13900K, compared to the, I don't know what else from Intel or AMD. So yeah, for $40, you're looking at a Thermaltake Peerless Assassin. This one is a dual tower cooler that will handle it just fine, and this is one of the best budget coolers right now actually. And the board, we're looking at the MSI A620MA Pro. This one goes for $85. This is a budget board. It doesn't support overclocking. It really gets the job done, and it will handle our CPU, and there's no any performance losses from going with the A620M board over a V650M board. But we're saving money since this is only a $2,500 gaming PC, and it supports all the way up to, I believe, 128 gig RAM or something like that. So yeah, even though it has only 2 RAM slots. The RAM, we're looking at 2 16 gigs DDR6 6000 MHz RAM. This one goes for around $90 to $95. So yeah, AMD CPUs really benefit greatly from high frequency RAM, and this one is 6000 with some RAM tuning. You will get really good performance when it comes to gaming. If you're not gonna do any RAM tuning, again, 6000 MHz is a really good sweet spot for high-end gaming. The SSD, we're looking at a 1TB M.2 SSD from Kingston MV2. If you want to go with something higher, you can go with a 2TB M.2 SSD for $70, since SSD pricing is so cheap right now. So yeah, it depends on what you are going to do with it and how much space you really want. The GPU, we're looking at the RTX 4090 from NVIDIA. This one goes for $1,550 to $1,600 when it goes on sale. It will really get the job done. This is the fastest and the highest end GPU that you can get right now. It's a really fat and heavy GPU, you know. So yeah, you really gonna like the performance if you're getting this GPU. It's not a GPU for gaming, but this is the fastest for gaming right now. Great 4K performance, great 8K performance, really a top tier GPU in my opinion, and there is not much to say. When it comes to the power supply, we're looking at the Gigabyte 1000 watt power supply. It will handle the CPU GPU combo just fine, and believe it or not, the PC only consumes 600 watt. When it comes to gaming, it doesn't go over 450 to 500, which is acceptable for the highest end gaming PC. This isn't a workstation PC, you know, so it's kind of, you know, the outputs power similar to a workstation PC, but a budget one. So yeah, we're not that far behind in terms of power draw, and you have a really good power supply to handle it. The case, we're looking, I don't remember the case. We're looking at, I believe, the Phanteks G600A or the Phanteks budget case. This one goes for $70 to $80, and it will handle the GPU. The dimensions are great, so you're not having any drawbacks here. And again, this is a budget PC, but hey, it goes down to what you really want to go with that case. You can go with the Lee case if you're actually really into it for $110. So yeah, that's been it. If you like the video, press on that like button. If you're not with that, can subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, and peace.